Hi guys, Matt Lemke here with your Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. And this is Roleplay Ramblings, my show where every episode I talk about something in the role-playing world. Industry, thing, how to be a better GM is one of my big focuses, how to tell a better story is one of my bigger focuses. But today we're going to talk about my final thoughts on the Pathfinder Playtest. I'll be right back. Okay, so what do I think about Pathfinder Playtest? Well, we'll do a lot of different things here. First, I have played now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 times. I have, well, no, let me rephrase that. I have GM'd about 10 times. I have not actually played, but I do kind of feel like I've played, and we'll come back to that in a little bit. So, with that being said, I've played with 2 different groups, with a different of 5 different people. So that is what makes my final thoughts come to the surface here, and be like, you know, whatever is whatever. With, for example, I've got 2 boys that have played twice now, and they are not playing in the playtest. They are playing a homebrew that I've created, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then I have my son, one of those 2 boys, and 2 people we've been playing with online. I have been playing through the playtest, and we're about a third of the way through it, so that should tell you about that. No characters have seen, let's see, what's the highest level character? I think the highest level character we have experienced so far is 10th level, so that's the extent of what I have done in the playtest. There are, well, obviously there are a few things, you know, that probably many of these have actually already been corrected. My concerns with the playtest was resonance, which is gone, from my understanding. My concern with multi-classing, of it being too slow and too handicapped, I believe has been addressed, because if you look at Stephen McFarlane's blog post on leveling up in 2E, the wizard feat for multi-classing is a 2nd level feat now, instead of, I think it was 4th before. So those, I'm glad that they addressed concerns like that and they listened to the playtesters. So we're going to start with where I have problems with the playtest, and they're not so much problems with the rules per se as they are with me being a GM and gameplay. The biggest problem I have is the transition from entering encounter from whatever you were doing prior to with the perception/initiative test, is still a bit awkward for me, and I haven't totally figured out how to play it right in 10 sessions. Dying is still a little bit awkward for me too. I find it a little, well, I should say, I wanted to say confusing, but I don't find it confusing as much as I do find it just, oh wait, we gotta stop and review this. Now, to be fair, in the 10 sessions we've played, only 3 people have ever hit dying 1. And usually when these 3 people have hit dying 1, they have ended up in dying 2 or 3 before the end of combat. One thing I have noticed too is that if your combats go beyond, I think, 6 rounds, it's probably too much for the players. And then, well, those are my big concerns. I think magic is still maybe a little bit handicapped. Well, with the playtest rules, it definitely seems handicapped to me, and it seems like they were shooting for, in my opinion, a low magic setting, but they've changed that. I haven't read the new rules yet, so I don't know how the change has been made. If anybody does know, hey, just comment in the bottom, share it with people. Gen Con is next week. That's why I'm doing this now. My boys have already told me that they want to transition our homebrew game into the Pathfinder 2 rules. So we're going to convert the characters over right after. Anyway, so Pathfinder 2. The reasons that I like it, now that you've gotten through the reasons or the areas of which I struggle. I don't really dislike those rules. I did dislike resonance, and I'm very glad that they got rid of it. So the Pathfinder 2 reasons. We're going to start with some of the simpler ones. Attack of opportunity is gone. So I mean, it's gone in the sense that not everybody has it, and it's a feat, which is, I think, brilliant. It speeds up combat a lot. It really, really does. You don't have to do all this stuff. Martial, oh shoot, I don't remember the name of his feat. The martial class choices, as far as feats go, are so much better. My son took a feat. I cannot remember the name of the feat, and he's playing a fighter type that he customized to turn into a knight. Their particular storyline is that they came back from an errand, and their lord is pretty much bleeding out on the floor as they come back, and he's a knight, and he's basically taking a vow to avenge this incident. But he took a feat that allows him to swing the second time if he missed on the first time without the -5 penalty. I cannot remember the name of the feat, but that to me was a great step for the martial class in the right direction. So basically, with that being said, we can move right into more PC customization. The PC customization is very fleshy. And some of you might argue with me, but if you hear me out, if you start with Ancestry and you look at the background, so if you do the 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, which is Ancestry, background, and class, you have a plethora of what you can do with just those 3 things. You can take a bard that was a bartender, and that's how he became, a bard and started singing. You can take an alchemist that was a bartender. You can just play with all kinds of different feats, acrobatics, or feats and skills, I should say. Just right there, there's, I should probably do the math, but I can't do it in my head because I don't know how many there are. But there's probably over 100 different variants just with one class of what you can and can't do. And I'm sure they're going to create more backgrounds for the game as they expand into new regions and things of that nature. In fact, they already did it with the playtest. They did it right in the adventure path. So another biggie for me is the way that they handle downtime. I've been a fan of downtime pretty much since Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. And I think the Pathfinder system, the Pathfinder 2 system, have both evolved what has grown out of 3.5. I have been in stories and campaigns where if we did not have downtime to do things and downtime to do some extra research or some special projects, our campaign would not nearly has been as fruitful and fun as it was. In fact, there are times with particular different characters I've made, I look forward to downtime because I have things that I want to create, things that I want to research, things that I want to learn, elves that I wish to marry, children to raise, a business to run, things of that nature. Downtime makes your character, in my opinion, become much fuller within a story, and almost novelesque in the sense that you're making your character, you are relating to your character's needs better. It gives you a tighter bond, and therefore you're going to have more endearment in playing the character. And then shields. Shields, I won't say they're amazing because I don't really use a lot of shields, but the whole fact that they did all this combat stuff around shields, of holding your shield high as an action and raising it and allowing it to do something more than just boost your armor class, that is pretty significant to me. But that would not mean anything if they did not revamp combat into the action system. No, let me rephrase that. The action system in role-playing games has been around as long as I can remember. We've just never titled it that. I've been role-playing since about '86, and basically in Dungeons & Dragons you have always had actions. It's pretty much that simple. We just never called them that. We never associated a economy with them. And the fact that Paizo has gone from move and attack or move and act to a 3-action system is what really makes it work. And one of the reasons why it really, really makes it work is that it opens the door to all kinds of different things. If you're a wizard, you no longer have to just wait for something to happen. You can cast your spell, you can use 2 of your 3 actions, or you can use all 3, or you can use 1, or you don't even have to cast a spell, or whatever the case may be. Across the board, it is just a better system. It's great that some double action things do something different than I swing my sword at a -5, or I swing my sword again and I get a -5. It is just out of this world. And number 2 reason why I thoroughly enjoy the 3-action system, as I call it, or the 3-action economy system, if you want to call it, is because it reminds me a lot of a miniatures game. It plays a lot like a miniatures game, and I play with a lot of people that play miniatures games. So for us, combat is really smooth. But even more importantly, which wait, just for a moment. No, I'll come back to that in a minute. Is monsters just work better. As a GM, prior to Pathfinder 2.0, prior to the Pathfinder Playtest, I have often felt that I was just going through motions of doing what monsters can do. Now when I play a party of like gnolls, for example, or a party of lizardmen with a mini boss or a boss, I feel like I'm playing something that impacts the story. And that is what is important in combat. No matter what kind of combat you have, it is there to move the story forward. It is a role-playing game. It is about the story. There are just so many options you can do. You can, with the Manticore, for example, in the Pathfinder playtest, I could fly. I could launch darts or quills at them. I can bite. I can claw. And I can do all of this stuff. I did not feel that I had the same kind of freedom to do that prior to the 3-action economy system. With all that said, I am definitely moving forward with my thoughts on Pathfinder. I look forward to interviewing somebody at Gen Con. I don't know who that is yet, but I'm hoping it's Jason Bullman again. I interviewed him last year. Or maybe Stephen McFarland. I have never interviewed him before. That would be a good interview. Or Eric. I haven't talked with Eric Mona in, gosh, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years about Pathfinder and Paizo and where it's going. I will be getting the core rulebook in the bestiary, and I think I'm going to grab a GM screen. Hopefully it's the new one that they're so happy about, because I really want to see it and see how it works. I don't use a lot of GM screens normally. But this is where now I want your feedback. I want you guys to tell me what kind of content do you want on Pathfinder 2.0. Do you want me to do class backgrounds, ancestry backgrounds, breakdowns? I'm probably going to do another how to create a character for 2.0, and it'll do your, it'll be bam, 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 and I'll shoot for another 10-minute video. The playtest one was well received for a guy my size. So I want to hear from you. Let me know, and please, just comment. If there's anything specific you want to know, like how to do combat, or how to make combat better or more impactful, put those in the comments below, please. My mind works at the level of my understanding, and maybe you have questions to ask that I come close to covering, but I don't cover. Just ask. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks. Hopefully, maybe we'll run into each other at Gen Con. I don't know. But I will also be doing some live streaming on my Facebook page. Well, it's, in the evening after. I'm only going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, and part of Friday because I have to come back for work. So I will do a stream Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. The time is vague, so just go over to Gamer-Goggles or Gamer Goggles on Facebook, and you'll, be able to get notified if you follow me. Anyway, Bye, guys. Thanks a lot. I really do want to hear your thoughts and concerns about Pathfinder in the comments below, so please post them, and I will do my best to answer those questions. Have a great day. Hi, guys. Meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in the link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.